But when you break it down into units, how many of you agree? We are removing the emotional intimidation out. For ourselves and for our teams, we are eliminating the emotional intimidation. So what's happening is that because there's no emotional intimidation, the brain is willing to focus and work without fear, saying, okay, now I have to think and work backwards. How do I get these 30 clients for A? How do I get this 30 clients for B? How do I get this 30 clients for C? Yes or no? Okay. Now, this is a basic example for a product business. I know there are multiple permutations, combination. Like I know some of you are right now thinking, Rajiv, what if I have more than 3 products? Rajiv, I run a supermarket, I have 1,000 products in my supermarket. I can't go break down product sales ratio of how many Nilgiris, what percentage of revenue did Nilgiris bread give, what percentage of revenue did Bourbon biscuit give, what percentage of revenue did Marigold. I understand. I will tell you, for those of you who have multiple products, how to calculate this in a moment after I give the services business example. Is that okay? Okay. For some of you have a single product, then you just take product sales ratio of an individual product, do the percentage and break down the units. Okay. But how many of you got the essence that it's important to break down sales target from revenue, from money into units and numbers? If you got that essence, type out got it in the chat box. Because we are eliminating emotional intimidation. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, next part is an example for services business owners. So I'll take a generic example that all of you will understand, then you can correlate it to your own services business. So let's assume that I run a website development agency. Okay, I'm into website development. Okay, now break this down. Let's assume that as a website development agency, I have created a revenue goal for 1st Jan 2025 to 31st December 2025 of 1 crore rupees. Okay? Of 1 crore rupees. Okay? So that is my revenue goal. Now, when I look at my services of what kind of websites I have built, what kind of clients I have serviced, I realize that I typically get 3 types of projects. I get some clients who make me develop their website, and then because of the dynamic nature of their business, they want me to manage and maintain that website on a day-to-day basis, where every day they will ask me to update the e-commerce shop, the inventory, the pricing, the pictures, the description of product. So they want day-to-day maintenance of the website. Now for such clients, because I'm developing and day-to-day providing maintenance, let's just say I charge 50,000 rupees a month, which is 6 lakh rupees for a year. So that's one type of client, which I will call as project A. So project A category clients are clients who give me website development and website maintenance on a daily basis, 50,000 rupees a month, 6 lakhs rupees in a year. That's one category. Then there may be second category of clients I get who don't want day-to-day maintenance. They just need me to develop a website one time. And for that one-time website development, I charge 50,000 rupees. I build the website, I give it to them, my work is done. So that's B category projects. And then there are some clients who come to me who already have a website. But what they need is they need a one-time change. Like they want to upload some new pictures in their gallery, or they want to change their address or information. It's a one-time change. They already have a website developed. For that one-time change, I charge 10,000 rupees. That is my C category project. So everybody understood each one of these 3 category of projects I provide as a website developer? Yes. I'm trying to keep examples generic so you can relate and understand. Then you can contextualize it to your own business. Now, let's assume that the previous financial year, as a website development company, we did a revenue of 50 lakh rupees. And this year we've kept a goal of 1 crore. We are looking at doubling. And out of the 50 lakh rupees in the previous year, let's assume that I generated, say, I generated 30 lakh rupees last year or 50 lakh rupees from these A category projects. So what is the percentage of my revenue coming from A category projects? If I generated 30 lakhs out of 50 lakhs, 30 lakhs divided by 50 lakh into 100, 60%. So in the previous year, 60% of my revenue came from project A. Let's say the previous year, out of 50 lakh rupees, I generated 17.5 lakh rupees from project B. 17.5 lakh rupees from project B. So 17.5 lakhs is what percentage of 50 lakhs? 35%. Okay, 35% came from project B. And let's assume the balance amount, which is 2.5 lakh rupees, out of 50 lakh rupees I generated from project C. So that balance is 2.5 lakhs divided by 50 lakhs is 5%. So my project sales ratio in the past is 60% from A category projects, 35% from B category, and 5% from C category projects. Assuming the project sales ratio doesn't change, now my revenue target is 1 crore. If 60% has to come from 1 crore, which means 60 lakhs have to come. 60 lakhs divided by 6 lakh rupees. How many clients do I need who will give me A category projects? 60 lakhs divided by 6 lakh rupees. I'll need 10 projects of A category clients. 35% of 1 crore is 35 lakh rupees. 35 lakh rupees divided by 50,000. How many one-time website development projects do I need to achieve 35 lakh rupees? 70. 5 lakhs out of 5% is 5 lakhs of 1 crore. If 5 lakhs have to come from project C and 10,000 rupees is the value of project C, 5 lakhs divided by 10,000 rupees is how many projects? 50 projects. So the number of units for me to sell is 10 projects of A category clients, 70 projects of B category clients, and 50 projects of C category clients. Now, how many of you agree? How many of you agree that this gives me clarity as a website development agency owner that I have to now target specific industries from where I can get A category projects. I have to target specific industries from where I can get B category clients. I have to target particular types of businesses who have one-time changes that they may need once in a while, and I can get C category projects. Yes or no? Like probably for A category, then I have to think, I need to target someone who's setting up an online business, like an e-commerce shop, so that they need their day-to-day maintenance for their e-commerce store. So I'll target those companies. Probably B category, I'll see, okay, I'll tell you what, I should probably target new businesses. So I have to partner with some chartered accountants or some company secretaries who are helping new entities set up, and through them get referrals. So I get that one-time website development. Say C category, I may say, okay, which are the type of businesses that need to put a yearly update or do some one-time change, probably an address change, probably a catalog change, and I target them. So, how many of you realize when you break down number of units to sell, it helps you in thinking who to target as well? Yes or no? Who can give you that type of business? If I'm an architect or interior designer and say the project value, there are some clients where I earn 6 lakh rupees as my fee, some clients I earn 50,000 as my fee, some clients I earn 10,000 as my fee, then I will know that who I have to target. Then probably I have to go high net worth clients whose entire project I handle turnkey. Probably I have to just provide one-time design to certain clients and charge that. For this, it would be someone who's already having a home, they want to do some little bit of redesigning, for that I focus on them. So breaking down into number of units helps you understand what kind of quantity and what kind of quality of clients you need to focus on. Clear? Now this is basic mathematics. Agree everybody? But it's important mathematics to do. It's basic arithmetic. Project sales ratio and number of units to sell. Now let me give you another example, another scenario. Say for example, I run a restaurant. And in my restaurant, in the menu card, there are 120 dishes. In that case, question to all of you. Should I break down the product sales ratio of all the 120 dishes to say, oh, how much did French fries contribute to last year's turnover? How much did butter paneer contribute to last year's turnover? If I do that, I'll go mad. Yes or no? So in that case, here's what I need to look at. Look, listen carefully. I can categorize my revenue goal from the billing value of a customer. From the billing value of a customer. Like for example, I may say that, hey, listen, you know what? We have three kinds of people who come in. A category customers are customers whose average spend in our restaurant is 3,000 rupees. Which means these are people who come, they order starters, they order main course, they order soup, they order salad, they order something to drink as well. A category customers. Average spend 3,000 rupees. B category customers are customers whose average spend in our restaurant is 1,500 rupees. Which means they may probably order one starter, one main course, one rice, one roti, okay? May not order multiple starters, may not order any drinks. So 1,500 rupees. B category customers. Then you have C category customers. They come to a restaurant, no starters, no soup, no salad, direct main course. Their average billing value in our restaurant, let's say 750 rupees or 800 rupees. So how many of you understand that in certain businesses, you don't have to break it down into the contribution of each product or service. You can categorize it based on customer billing value. Yes or no? You can categorize it based on customer billing value. Say for example, I run a supermarket. I don't have to break down how many Marigold biscuits, how many Nilgiris bread. I can just categorize based on, there are customers whose average spend in our supermarket is 2,000 rupees a month. Some customers 500 rupees a month, some customers 200 rupees a month. So ABC category of customers can be broken down. So for those of you who have multiple products or services, use the customer billing value as your segmentation of A, B and C category. If you got that, type out got it. Use the customer billing value as the segmentation criteria. Got. Fantastic. Now, some of you may have another scenario. Some of you may say, Rajiv, I'm a new business. I don't know what is the product sales ratio or the project sales ratio. Or Rajiv, I'm launching a new product or a new service. We don't have past data. So listen carefully. If you're a new business or you're launching a new product or new service, you assume a product sales ratio or a project sales ratio because the first year is the year of assumption. You assume and set a target. At the end of 1 year, you'll have data. From the next year, you can build based on accurate data. Clear? So keep it simple. Don't try to complicate these things. Don't try to complicate these things. If you're a new business, obviously you don't have past data. At least you'll have an assumption. As per you, what do you think will be A, B and C category? What will be the percentage? 1 year down the line, you will know how well you know your market, how well you know your business. First year is assumption and testing year itself. Don't take your business too seriously in the first 1 or 2 years. You don't know anything about your business in the first 1 or 2 years. That's the reality. Most people get clarity about their business after 5-7 years. That this is the real business that actually works. Okay. So first year assumption. Okay. So I've answered the question of how do we handle multiple products or diverse services. Like some of you who are in, like you may say, Rajiv, every client of mine in a services business is different. We customize services. So I don't have a specific price point. Shireen, I'm answering that question. So if you allow me to finish, then you'll get your answer. So say if you're in the services business and everything is different, every client is different, every project is different, then what you do is you take an average billing value. You take an average billing value. Got it? A category, what is the average billing value? B category, what is the average billing value? C category, what is the average billing value? Guys, don't try to get this too perfect. Keep it simple. Some of you are addicted to complication. So when something is simple, you are feeling like, no. Give me a more complicated answer. No, it's simple. So keep it simple. Okay. So everybody understood how to come up with number of units and why to come up with number of units? Okay. Now, how many of you, while I was explaining itself, started putting some calculation and started breaking down product sales ratio or project sales ratio and started ascertaining number of units? If you already started doing that, type out me. Okay, if you already started doing that about me, you are that Three Idiots movie, that Chatur Ramalingam category. Okay, first bench, first rank student. Ki hum honge pele. If you did it, but you still understood what I said, okay, and you have no confusion in what I said, then you are Ranchod Das, Chanchad, where your comprehension ability is great and you are able to do it side by side. If you didn't do it, don't worry. We will give you time to do this exercise in some time. Now I'm just explaining it. Got it? Yeah. So those of you who didn't do it, don't worry. We're going to give you a good 40-minute break where you can do it, share it with the coaches, get your questions answered. Okay. But I want you to get the essence of how to come up with sales units. If you got that, type out got it. Like project value, project sales ratio, product sales ratio, number of units. You got the calculation method, that's my objective. Right now my objective is just that. Now we'll add one more layer, then we'll give you the break and the time to do this exercise as well with the help of the coaches. So on page number 6, below sales units goals, the second category of functional goals is marketing goal. So everybody write, marketing goal. Point number B, page number 6. Okay, marketing goal. Read out the question printed there next to point number B. Once you're done writing marketing goal, on the count of 3, let's read it together. 1, 2, 3, go. How many leads or inquiries do you need to generate to achieve your sales unit goal? So here the question is, okay, you broke down your sales unit goal, these many units you need to sell. How many leads or inquiries do you need to generate to achieve your sales unit goal? Because how many of you agree, not every inquiry is going to turn into a client and purchase your product or service? Yes or no? So the job of marketing is to produce the leads, produce the inquiries from which sales will convert the deals. So you need to buffer it up based on your conversion ratio and ascertain how many leads or inquiries. Now, can I show you all an illustration, everyone? Can I show you all an illustration? Okay. So we'll take the same example as the previous slide. So we'll continue the same example. Say revenue goal was 3 crore rupees, 3 products, A category 5 lakhs, B category 3 lakhs, C category 2 lakhs. Say product sales ratio, A category 50%, B category 30%, C category 20%. Number of units to sell, 30 units of A, 30 units of B, 30 units of C. Same example as what I gave under sales. Now to do a calculation of how many leads to generate, for me to sell 30 units of A, 30 units of B, 30 units of C, let's assume that the sales conversion ratio, that becomes a parameter to calculate how many leads to generate. The sales conversion ratio of this business, let's assume, is 15%, which means what? For every 100 people we pitch to, 15 people buy from us. Or every 100 inquiries we generate, 15 people buy from us. Let's say that is our sales conversion ratio. Now, question to all of you. Is it possible that the sales conversion ratio may be different for every product? Like some products, the sales conversion ratio may be higher. Some product, the sales conversion ratio will be lower. Some services, sales conversion ratio may be higher. Some services, sales conversion ratio will be lower. Is that possible? Yes, absolutely. In fact, that's more probable. But for the sake of the example, I am here assuming that it's uniform for all 3 products. Okay? That is uniform for all 3 products. Now, watch this. If my sales conversion ratio is 15%, which means for every 100 inquiries I get, 15 clients buy from us, then if I want to sell 30 units of A, how many inquiries do I need to generate at 15%? I need to generate 200 inquiries, right? Because 100 inquiries sell 15. If I have to double that, then I have to double the inquiries, which is 200. For B also it will be 200. For C also it will be 200 because it's 30 units for all 3. So now this becomes my marketing goal for the year. 30 units of A, 200 leads for A, 200 leads for B, 200 leads for C. Now if I break it down into a month, so I divide 200 into 12 months. Every month how many inquiries do I need to generate? Then it becomes that every month I need to generate 17 leads per product per month. Okay. So 200 divided by 12, then monthly it becomes 17 leads per product per month. Now, why is it important to break down the marketing goal, the leads goal into not just year but month? Can I answer that for all of you? Why should we go down to the level of the month, especially for marketing goal? Because how many of you realize that this number of leads I need to generate per month will define for me what kind of marketing strategy I should use. This will define for me what kind of marketing strategy I should use. For example, if the number is low, I don't have to do mass marketing like social media, digital marketing, email marketing. I don't have to do mass marketing if the number of leads is low. I probably have to do more relationship marketing, networking, going to business networks, going to industrial associations, going to some community groups, network and generate leads. True or not? If the number is low. But if the number is high, then my marketing has to be more mass. Then my marketing has to be more social media, performance marketing, okay, YouTube, Instagram, tapping into them, building a following. Now, the number of leads you need to generate defines what kind of marketing strategy you need to adopt. That's why it's important to ascertain how many leads you need to generate in the year, then break that down into 12 months, and how many leads you need to generate in the month. Is this making sense? Guys, even though this is basic mathematics, how many of you agree doing this is important because doing this gives us direction? And when we don't do this, how many of you feel like not doing this is like sitting on a casino table and gambling, playing blind? You're playing blind and you're gambling all your money. Charanjit says, important but boring. Charanjit, I will change that a little. Boring but important. Boring but important. Because if you say important but boring, you will only live with boring and not do. Is it boring to do this? Yes, but it's important. And I'll tell all of you one thing. In business, boring makes money. Boring makes money. Some of you, when something starts working, you suddenly become adventurous and you mess with what is working. Never mess with what's working. Boring makes money. So do the boring, even if you find it boring. Yeah. Don't need to do खतरों के खिलाड़ी in life. खतरों के खिलाड़ी करना है, जाओ न्यूजीलैंड जाओ, पैसा बना के न्यूजीलैंड जाओ, स्काई डाइव करके आओ. धंधे में स्काई डाइव मत करो. Got it? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you ascertain a marketing goal. Now, here's what we are going to do. Listen carefully. I'm going to give you some instructions. We're going to take a break. Okay, we're going to take a break now. In this break, apart from having lunch, apart from offering your prayers, you'll also have some time to do this exercise and ask any doubts or questions you have with the coaches. So break down the sales unit goal, break down the marketing unit goal. How many of you will do that? Okay. And if you are facing any challenge, ask questions. Coaches are going to be available. Okay, coaches are going to be available. Now here is what will happen. Listen carefully. When you do the marketing goal calculation on a yearly and a monthly basis, there will be 3 situations that will arise here amongst the group. For some of you, when you come to the marketing goal, the number will be too easy. You'll be like, these many leads, so without doing anything, I'll generate. So you will belong to the too easy category. For some of you, when you do the marketing goal, the number of leads you need to generate may be unrealistic. May run into a few thousands or tens of thousands. You belong to the unrealistic category. And for some of you, when you break down the marketing goal into number of leads per year, per month, your leads goal will neither be too easy nor it will be unrealistic. Now, I want you to do this exercise. When you come back from the break, I'll ask you, how many of you belong to too easy category? That time you tell me if you belong to too easy category. Then I'll ask, how many of you belong to unrealistic category? Then you tell me. Then I'll ask, how many of you belong to not easy, not unrealistic category? You tell me. Because then for each one of you, I will tell you what you need to change so that you are on track for achieving your goals. Would you like that, everyone? Murthy sir, if you have 50 products, don't do product sales ratio for all 50 categories, A, B, C. Okay. So the coaches will help you do this exercise. Do this exercise and come back after the break and tell me which category you belong to. Then I'll explain to you what you need to do and what does that category. Right? And I don't know if there's a business where you don't need to generate leads. Was it don't need to or don't know how to? Because those are two different things. So do this. Later we will continue the conversation from there. Got it, everybody? Fantastic. Now we're going to take a break for lunch. I'm going to give you some instructions before I give you the break. First instruction is this. For some of you, when you registered for this program, you did not get your invoice or you had some queries regarding your invoice details for this program. So if you have an unresolved query regarding your invoices for this program, you want an invoice in your company's name with your GST number, I'm going to ask my team to put a link in the chat box. You just enter your details. Within the next 24 hours, our accounts team will reach out to you and resolve any GST invoice queries that you have. Got it? Okay. So fill that link. Okay. And the team will resolve your GST queries in the next 24 hours. Second, please do this exercise. Please do this exercise and come back and tell me whether your marketing goal is too easy, unrealistic, or not easy, not unrealistic. Then I will tell you what should be the way forward for each one of your businesses. So it's 1:16 in my watch. We'll take a 44-minute lunch break till 2 o'clock. Coaches will be available. Breakout rooms will be open. 2 o'clock we'll come back and continue the learning journey. So come back in high energy. Eat well. Don't eat too much. Next 3 days, don't eat too much. ऐसा नहीं कि घर बैठो तो घपा घप. Okay? थोड़ा संयम. Okay? I need you to keep your energy high. So we'll see you back at 2 o'clock. Put your hand up, everybody. Let's let it go on the count of 3. Put one hand up. On the count of 3, when I go 1, 2, 3, you go yes, yes, yes down. You pull the chain to stop the train. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, yes. See you at 2 p.m. everyone. Your mind becomes fast as lightning.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Neha Anand, and I am accompanied by Coach Ashish and Coach Priyanka. This is your lunch breakout room. There is also a creation activity, a few ground rules before moving forward. Please keep yourselves on mute. If you have any questions, please type all your questions in the chat box so that I can pick it up from there. If at all I need any clarity, I will ask you to unmute yourself. Until then, please stay on mute. This is a lunch break, so you can go grab yourself a plate of lunch. Start having lunch. In the meantime, this is also an exercise breakout room where you can go ahead and create your marketing and sales goals. If you have any questions during this creation or this exercise, please type your questions down in the chat box. I will start picking up the questions from the chat box. Jayashree, are you around? Can you just wave? Yes. No. Jayashree. Jayashree, are you around? I don't see Jayashree, so let me move on.
She's here. She's here.
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
I see you now. Okay, cool. So lead is nothing but your potential customer, nothing else. Right?
Okay.
They haven't paid, they haven't become your customers yet, but there is a potential for them to become your customer. That's that. I hope you have clarity about that. Dhwani, approximately 6 categories. Dhwani, are you around?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So give me a small brief about your business. Very
So, Yeah, very quickly. I am running a design studio and I have different things that I design, and I design as per, like, it's usually customized as per the client needs, and it does not really have like anything defined. When I say six categories, they will be, oh, brand identity, marketing collaterals, whatever, blah blah
Got
blah.
it.
So these
Got
are
it.
the six categories I have. So it's very first, how do I categorize into ABC? And the second is, my billing values are different. So how do I categorize? And also I wanted to know, how do I decide a sales conversion ratio?
Got it. Got it. All right. So in this case, what you can do is my suggestion over here would be for you to categorize your customers, right? Figure out three categories for your customers. You might not be able to give a particular billing value for it, a specific billing value, but can you give it a range? Can you have a range for it?
Okay.
Right? Basis the range, you will create three categories. And this should make your process easier.
So it cannot be anything more than three categories. Are we trying to say that?
It makes the process easier if you have three categories.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You can have more, but it makes the process easier.
Okay.
That's it. Right? Uh, any other questions apart from that?
How
Or
to decide a sales conversion ratio?
your sales conversion ratio needs to be decided based on the industry standards, and it also depends on your previous year's sales conversion. Right? So you might have a particular range in your industry, and you might fall into a particular range in that particular percentage that's there. Right? So you can keep that. You can also take a look at how you can improvise your conversion ratio. So keep the industry standards or what you have in your previous year as the set standard for you this time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Somashekar, the GST invoice link isn't working. Let me post the customer experience team's number for you, and I hope they'd be able to help you out with it. So make sure to reach out to them. All right. Perfect. I've posted it in the chat box for you. Great. Just give me a second. Yes. Mohit, are you around? Mohit, can you wave? Yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay. Hi, Mohit. So here's your question. How would you scientifically determine the number of leads for product or service category?
Yes.
Can you move forward with the whole process of what Rajiv just taught you? That will give you a marketing goal.
Uh, see, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
So
hear.
the thing is that we work for the government of India. You can say that we are specialized contractors,
Okay.
and we have a lot of products and services that we have to tailor within the
Hmm.
environmental industry. That
Hmm.
is the upcoming industry, as I see. So now the problem is that there are so many products and so many services, and it becomes very difficult for us to categorize.
Got it. Got
The
it.
same type of problem that the
Right.
entrepreneur
Yeah.
she had. So we
Yeah.
have that kind of problem,
Hmm.
and the the conversion rate is also very
Got
less
it.
because we have pe- the departments are located across pan India and we are working everywhere. So how what type of marketing is required in such cases so that we can at least generate leads
Okay.
without meeting them in person? That is my question.
Got it. See, the first thing, the question that you have typed is completely different from
Yeah,
what.
yeah. I know I got that answer from the, I mean, you need to have the industrial standards and based on the practical experience that we have since 8 years. Uh,
Yes.
so that's why I didn't. So my next question is that are there any specific types of new innovative marketing strategies that we can actually adapt to so that we
Great
can,
questions, Mohit. I really
yes,
appreciate the enthusiasm coming here, and it's a very fair question as well. But
yes.
stay with the process. You'll reach there,
Yeah, no, no, no
right?
problem.
So you will get clarity about, maybe what sort of marketing strategies through the process, maybe, right?
Mhm,
First, figure out what are the number of leads. Is it realistic? Is it unrealistic? Is it easy? Do that
mhm.
first. Stay with the process. You'll get your answers.
No problem at all.
Yep.
Uh, Yeah, thank you so much for responding back. Uh, thank you.
Kavya, it's time for you to start having marketing goals then, Kavya. That's a straight up answer. I think you're on mute.
Actually, to the question that I've asked, it's kind of a prelude to it. So the thing is that I have two businesses running. One is an existing business that's almost like 6 years now, and so in order to come up with the financial year ka goals, what would be my referral point? Like when you say previous year, should it be like this year because we are looking at Jan 1st, 2025, or should it be financial year, the previous financial year? That's the first question, actually.
Hmm.
And the second question is there's one more business that we are which is saying that the first year we shouldn't have any financial goals, or if we have, how do we even base it on an assumption? Like, how should the assumption be based
Okay,
on?
so let me come to the new one first. So your whole assumptions are based on industry standards.
Okay.
Do a good market research, do a SWOT analysis, figure out what works, how is the industry working. That should give you some sort of an idea. You can base your assumptions on that.
Okay. Okay.
Right? The second question, completely based on your convenience. If you're doing a financial year sort of accounting, then go ahead with that. That's also okay.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Great.
Thanks.
All right. Chandni. Chandni, are you around?
Yes. I'm here.
Okay. Hi. How to plan this for
Actually,
still? Yeah,
actually,
I
I'm
got it.
doing seasonal business,
Got it.
handcrafted chocolate, and I used to take only corporate orders on the Diwali occasion.
Got it.
So I'm not getting how to plan for the seasonal business.
Okay, got it. See, here's what you can do. There are going to be lean periods, there are going to be, periods where you're going to sell high as well, but there is going to be an yearly goal, right? And that's going to completely be based on what season are you going to have the high sales.
Okay,
So either ways, your process is still going to be the same, right? Over a period of time,
okay,
you will also realize that yes, chocolates would also be required for other corporate events, not just for Diwali. You can market for those as well, right? So create a market goal, create a sales goal. Uh, just give me a second. Krishna Vijaya, can you please go on?
Ma'am, I missed to fill this.
Can you type that in the chat box? Can you please go on mute?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Then another question I have.
I will address your question from the chat box. So can you type it all? Because there are the rest of the participants typing it. It won't be fair if I take your questions in between.
Okay.
Right. Thank you so much. Please go on mute. That would help us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great. All right. So make it more seasonal based, but you're going to have the same annual goal for yourself as well. Right? The process is still going to be the same. Ashish, do you want to add on to this?
okay.
Okay, actually, yes. So, Chandni, first of all, you have to see why your business is seasonal. Do you want to end up having a business which is seasonal only? So, tomorrow, Rajiv is going to talk about what are the gaps in business model. So, stay very, very attentive. Identify the gap in your business model. You can't have just a seasonal business because you will. If you have team members tomorrow, if you're building systems and teams, you will have to pay them for the entire year and not just for a season, right? So identify
Yes,
that as well. And for now, and this is a request to all of you, for now, don't get into a lot into the how will I achieve this? How will I be able to achieve these many, generate these many leads? How will I be able to sell these many products? Just have an aspirational goal. You are just breaking down that goal into how many products you need to sell or how many customers you need to acquire. And for you to sell those many products or acquire those many customers, how many leads you need to generate. Okay, it's just a number. Kitna chahiye. How will you generate these leads? Rajdeep has a lot coming your way. We are just laying the foundation right now. Trust me, what's coming your way, you have no idea. So we're just scratching the surface as of now. Okay,
Thank you,
so
Ashish.
cool.
Thank you, Neha.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Ashish. Moving on to the next question by Hatim. Hatim, are you around? Hi. Hi. So, have lots of products. All right. We are into manufacturing and have distributors for just one state. And as of now, expansion for other states. What's your question?
Uh, exactly, like I'm confused about how do I generate leads? Like in our business, there are nothing like leads. We have maybe we are into manufacturing, so we have dealers or distributors. So we do
Hmm.
not get direct leads from
Got
the
it.
end user. So it is the dealer or someone. Like, as of now, I'm just based in Maharashtra. I'm having just one distributor, and I plan to
Got it.
just
Yeah.
this thing.
Right. Fair. Again, the same answer I gave to Mohit. Right now, we are just figuring out what is the number that we want to generate. I understand that you might not be getting a direct lead, but there is a sales goal that you have in mind, correct?
Right.
Right? There is also a conversion ratio that only if these many leads are generated, am I going to sell these many.
No, I don't have any conversion. Because what happens that I already have a dealer or distributor
Hmm.
who's sending me his and the requirements
Hmm.
which we manufacture and we send it to them. It's nothing like I have any leads or something. Like the factory is manufacturing a variety of products month wise, which are there are few products which are manufactured every month. There are few products which are manufactured in 3 months once, in 6 months once,
Hmm.
maybe in a year once.
Hmm.
And as they are manufactured, they are given it to the distributor itself, and then they are selling it off in their way.
Hmm.
So I don't have any conversions or ratios or something like that.
Okay. So in this case, I would still advise you to do an industry research. There might be a lot of people in your particular industry with the same issues, right? With the same particular business model as well. Have you
Right?
done
We do have,
research?
but they are like leap ahead. Like ESUB is there, Advani Orlicon is there. They are like too big for
Okay.
catching their data and their marketing and their advertising things. Like they're too big for it.
Okay, Hatim, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so are you saying your business is dependent on a few dealers? If they give you order, you manufacture those products and give it to them.
Yeah, somewhat like I already my manufacturing is going on, and as it is manufactured, I just give it to the distributor itself. I'm currently just having one distributor which is Maharashtra, and little bit of here there clients which are there pan India, which I do, which directly
Okay,
come to me. So
so
my
would it?
dependency on one distributor is so high that one day if he tells me that my prices have gone up in the raw material, abhi mal mat bhejo. So I am stuck. I am into manufacturing and I am totally get,
Hatim,
sometimes I
totally
feel
get
very
it.
dependent on them.
Got it. Okay, this is a gap in your business model. Okay, it's not a very healthy business when you're dependent on one distributor or a handful of customers. Okay,
I
so
had a retail, I had a chain of this thing, pan India before. But out of that, we had a break in a business for maybe 3 to 4 years. And after that, again, I
that's
started
okay.
it off.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure
Again, I
you'd
started
again
off
wanna.
and I just started on a small scale, just to just get into it with the one distributor in Maharashtra itself in Mumbai. Now,
Got
I
it.
need
Got it.
to get back to that zone back.
Hatem, got it. Now, would you also agree that the kind of goal which is aspirational for you, if you really want to be in control to achieve that goal, you can't just depend on that one distributor?
Of course,
So
of
that
course.
becomes your sales goals. Okay. So let's say you are at X revenue right now and you want to generate 3x revenue, 4x revenue, 5x revenue
Right,
in next 1 year.
right,
Now, how many new distributors you need? That becomes your sales goal. Look at it that way. For
right.
you to get those many distributors on board, how many leads you need to generate of potential distributors, that becomes your marketing goal.
Okay,
Okay, look at it that way. Don't go
okay,
product wise. Look at it from a point of view of how many distributors you need to be onboarded for you to achieve your goal.
okay. Like suppose, for an example, my annual turnover with this specific distributor is a crore rupee. My target as of now as a goal I've set it for maybe 2 crore rupees. So maybe I need, see, this is a big hub, Maharashtra, which he's handling right now. I can part ways with him also. It's not a problem. I can have another distributor. So So I can have, multiple small people around, maybe pan India of 10, 20 people
Absolutely.
who are not giving one crore. I am happy with 10 lakh rupees of 50 people handling things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can go that way. And also look at it from a point of view. Probably when you get a distributor on board, first year they might not give you a lot of ticket size. It may eventually increase over a period of time.
Right.
Okay, so keep that in mind. And also, right now your business model is limited to dealer distributor kind of a setup. Tomorrow and day after, when Rajiv talks about different business model strategies, how to build a profitable and scalable business, see what tweaks you can make in your business model as well. And we are here to answer all those questions if you have any.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much. Krishna Vijay, can I request you to go back on mute, please?
Yes, sir. Already I have sent a
Please
message.
be on mute. Please be on mute. We are following a system here. Keep your put questions in the chat box, everyone.
Already.
We are approximately 80 people here. It will be very chaotic if anyone
Okay, thank you.
unmutes themselves. So please mute yourself. It's a humble request from our side. We want to make your experience seamless here. So thank you for understanding. Neha, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Thank you. All right. So moving on to Hitesh's question. Hitesh, are you around?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hi. So I am into Ayurvedic third-party manufacturing. Conversion percentage is too low, about less than 1%. How to evaluate lead goal? First of all, Hitesh, this seems to be an issue in your, first of all, target of customers also. I'm not very sure whether your focus is on the right customers. So I think you need to identify who your amazing customers are, who are the customers that you would actually want to work with, where the conversion ratio is higher. Second thing, if you would want to, start off with figuring out your lead goal, again, figure out what is the industry standards of general conversion, and then keep that as a standard, and then start off with,
Actually,
finding
when you
out
were
what the
talking
goal
with
is.
other persons, I searched on Google that that my industry is health and wellness, and conversion ratio is 1.87 to 4.20,
Okay,
and we are falling below 1%.
right.
And irrelevant leads are too much that we are frustrated with irrelevant leads. And
Correct,
yes,
correct. Which means that there is no quality leads being generated, which means you
yes,
will have to identify who are your potential amazing customers, right? Identify that you can have a average industry standards of, let's say, for example, 2.5%,
Hmm.
and then start off with, that.
So how to generate that quality leads? What type of platform we should use?
That's a whole
Okay,
process. You will
okay.
learn it in the process. All right.
Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Awesome. Great. All right. Gaurav Nagpal, are you? Yes, I see you. I see you. We have many categories, but the issue is how to evaluate the ratio from. Okay. Again, over here, you can identify three different categories of customers who pay you a range, right? For example, let's say, I'm just giving you examples,
Okay.
right? 1,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 15,000. That's a range. So figure out the range for your customers. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you that we do have the sales data only, like in the tally, which we do the billing, we raise the invoice to the clients, right? So do we need to get that data in Excel sheet and evaluate from there by the billing value?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
You
each
can
and
do that.
every number we need to differentiate from, like
You can have
10,000
a
to
range. You can have a
yeah,
range. Yeah.
10,000 range to 1 lakh range customer is different, and 1 lakh to 5 lakh customer range is different, right? So
Right.
it has to be done from the tally, from the invoice itself. But what if
Correct.
the same customer orders repeatedly and the value goes higher? So will it
That
impact?
is that is where you consider the whole year's invoice,
Okay,
right? You check the average annual ticket size per
okay,
customer. So one customer, how much does he pay per year? Put
right.
that as a range. That
So do
makes
we need to focus on each and every customer, because it's too hard? There's so many kind of.
that is why we are putting a range. You don't have to focus on each and every customer.
Okay, so the billing range.
Yes, the billing value, the range for it.
Billing range. Okay, okay, I'll look forward to it. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Shani, your question was already answered by Coach Ashish, and I hope you have the clarity for that. Rahul Sharma, summing up what Rajiv did for like half a day would be a lot of work. So please let us know what do you want clarity on so that we can post the notes in the chat box for you. Deep Yaman, we are. Thank you for letting me know. Do you have any questions, Deep Yaman? I will be taking up questions from the chat box. So I hope you have all posted your questions there. I am talking specifically to Ashutosh Gujarati and Krishna Vijay. I hope you have posted it in the chat box. I'll pick it up from there.
And Dipyam this side.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Do you have a question? Can you post that in the chat box?
Yeah, I have actually answered like what exactly we are doing, the category and the kind of work we are planning to do and what we are exactly doing for the last 2 years. So basically, Briddhi is basically a social learning platform. So it's a learning platform we are calling because it is not only academic. We are along with academic, we are also coming up with wellness, language lab.
Got it.
Okay, so that way. So currently our business is B2G. We are giving we may build a product which is unique as of now in India. So
Got it.
yeah, which government of Odisha, Tripura government, Maharashtra government, tribal schools. That is one part of it. And then we are coming up with a wellness program that which will be launching in October. So it will be like a traditional yoga along
Got
with
it.
AI, ML kind of things where computer vision when you do inference. So that is what we are trying to do.
Got
So,
it.
but our target market for this yoga thing is like in India, it is corporates. We are targeting corporates and institutions so that bulk
Right.
users can come in a very low price, like 1 rupee 1 day kind of scenario. And
Got
and for a package of trainer, nutrition, mental doctor, along with AI and other things that we are targeting Europe.
Deep Yaman, what's your question? Could you please come to your question?
Look, the question is like basically the purpose is like we are targeting in Europe and other things. So
Right.
main the purpose is like we are only in a technical kind of a people. So
Got it.
so how to be in European market? What kind of research we need to do in the European market? So those are the few things because obviously that is a must because the money value is good because with 1,000
Got
people
it.
it's a 10 euro kind of a per day charges. So even 1,000 people
Yeah.
is good enough. And another thing
Okay.
is like we need multiple time zones because when you are teaching yoga, everybody coming from one time zone is difficult for a teacher. Correct? It cannot be a batch of 20 people. So we need multiple
Right.
4 or 5 time zones. So how to match those things?
Okay. So this learning is going to come ahead for you.
Okay.
As of now, we are just figuring out the goals, clarity of goals,
Okay.
right? The how comes later.
Okay.
My suggestion for all of you, stay with the process. Rajiv has it covered. He has been doing this from years.
Got it. Got it.
Awesome. Looking forward for you to figure that out for yourself. All the best.
Thank you.
Right. Gaurav, I think I've already asked the question.
Hello.
Ashutosh, can you please go back on mute because I'm picking your question from the chat box? I'm coming in and
I've
out.
already